Hey YouTube, it's me, Lex. I kind of said in my introduction video that I didn't really know exactly how this was going to go or what to expect. But what I do know is throughout my day or a week or a month, there's these series of events that happens that I can connect together. And you know, you always hear like, look at the big picture. Or if we knew what the big picture looked like, then maybe we would get it. And I just tend to have this ability to see, or at least feel like I can see the big picture. So my biggest thing is that just being able to connect and relate. And I always say, if I'm experiencing it and then I call a friend and she's experiencing it or he's experiencing it, then chances are there's probably 2, 3, or 4, or 5 million more people that could relate and are experiencing the same thing. So that's exactly what happened today through my course of cleaning and being a mom and taking down Christmas. One of my friends and I scheduled a time today to talk, and 3 hours later, you know, we're wrapping up our conversation. But something came up that just really impacted me, and I told her, I'm gonna put this on my YouTube channel because this is perfect. But she just was basically saying, well, I have a set of cards in my hand, and can you ever really play all the cards, Alexis? Like, really? And my response to her was, well, I'm glad you used cards as a metaphor. Because thinking in that moment, I couldn't think of any card game that didn't have a discard pile. That in all card games, we're given the opportunity to discard and take our chances, right? Take our chances and pick up another one and see if we can get the royal flush or Uno or whatever the case may be. And that really is the topic of today, is just acknowledging that if I have all in my hands, I have all the same suit and I'm going for a royal flush, it doesn't mean that the card that doesn't complete my royal flush doesn't work or is terrible or wrong or I should burn it or rip it up. No, it means that in this hand that I have right now, this isn't the card that's going to best work for me in this moment. So I'm going to discard and I'll take my chances. And for me, the biggest part of discarding is in life is to discard is really to let go of the fear, to put the fear down or put it aside without judgment. I don't have to label it as bad or wrong or worthless, but to literally put it aside and take a gamble and see. Well, the funny thing with this specific friend and I is we were just in Las Vegas, and when our kids went to bed at night, her and I ran downstairs to gamble. And I told her even that was showing us, because neither one of us came back winning the lottery, but both of us came back going, I can't wait to do this again. And just how fun and excited we were and how much fun we had, and we were not big drinkers, so we weren't drunk or anything. It just was a blast to put in money and push the button and take a gamble, to go, you know, I don't really know. I could walk out of here a millionaire, I wouldn't be upset, but also to recognize that I wasn't upset to walk out with the $0 or the $20 I had put in the machine originally. So just kind of acknowledging that and really taking a look at your cards, and I'll get into that more as we continue to build and establish a relationship here. But that's just basically what this channel will be, is touching on things like that and talking about them and relating and connecting and seeing ultimately the big picture. What I really want to dive into today is that we're in the 28th of the month, we're approaching the new year, where people start getting into New Year's resolutions and new year and new day, new me, you know, YOLO, I'm living my best life. We're about to celebrate with the new year. People have the day off. And today it really hit me. I've kind of done the same thing for the last several years, as far as I make what's called a vision board. And for me, what a vision board is I basically put things I want to do and see and create for myself into the new year. Well, I made my vision board, and we usually do it on the 31st or the 1st of the year. And I was like chomping at the bit on the 26th. And so I went and bought all my stuff, and instead of having a big party and shindig, I did my own board. And I'm going to show it to you. I have it sitting here, perfectly sitting here. Not intentionally, but it hit me. Okay, I know what I'm going to talk about today. And what was so cool is I'm extremely passionate about the media, whether that's our television, whether it's our Facebook, whether it's our whatever news channel we watch on these cell phones. I'm really passionate about really listening and tuning in to what is being said through those sources that resonates with me. And that just because it's on the news doesn't mean it has to be absolute truth. And it was really cool as I'm cutting things out of magazines and articles and words and all of that, I started to recognize that maybe something was, the one that stands out to me is I cut out a glass jar, and it had 3 butterflies in it. And butterflies are significant to me because they're the ultimate transformation. It's like, right, they go to sleep essentially as a caterpillar, really break themselves down to nothing, liquid, and then come out this beautiful butterfly. And I just think it's such a beautiful metaphor for life, and to show us that in this world, the beauty of transformation. Nonetheless, I was cutting out this glass jar, and I cut around the glass jar. Then I got my pile together, and as I went over to make my board, I started cutting things out, and I cut around the actual butterfly. And I thought, nobody would ever know this butterfly was in a jar. I know that because I cut the jar out. But as I cut the butterfly out, I literally removed the jar. And it was like, wow, it just really hit me. And so as I went through and cut out maybe words or phrases for my board, I recognized that as I cut words, I could make my own new phrase or word. And really, nobody would ever know what it really said. Maybe it was an ad about being, I don't know, live for somebody else. Or, and I'll show this to you, but maybe it said Bud Light. And out of it, I still cut it out and got the word light, or live inside out. So it just was really cool to me, and another metaphor for life, that we really are the creators of what we see, what we experience in this lifetime. And whether it's a deck of cards or your vision board, it's really up to you. It's up to me. And so I guess tune into that while you're making your resolutions and creating your boards or setting your goals or whatever it is you're choosing to do to bring in the new year. Know that you're the creator, and really ask yourself, what do I want? And I called my friend today and told her, you know, I keep looking at this board wondering if it's right, or if it's what I wanted, or if I'm in alignment. And it's the first time I've made a board in all these years that it didn't have a bunch of things on it. Last year I had a couch and a new bed, and I actually created all those things, which is amazing and beautiful. But this year is about ways of being. This year for me, it wasn't about I wanted to be a certain pant size or a certain weight, or travel to this specific place. It was like, I want to travel. And if that means to my backyard, then so be it. If that means to New York or Cambodia or wherever it is, it's travel. And even now talking about it, it's like, hey, I could travel all over the world and never leave this spot, really, through my YouTube videos. And so maybe I didn't want to get specific because I didn't want to limit myself to the possibilities, which is kind of what we do when I hold the deck of cards in fear of discarding and picking up, taking the gamble. I know what I have, but I literally hold myself back from possibilities to just hang on to these same cards. So I'm gonna wrap it up with that. Gamble, take a chance, discard, pick up, tune in, ask yourself, is it really what I weigh that matters, or is it deeper? Is it bigger? Is it greater? Is it whatever it is? And just tune into what's important for you and what you're creating for the new year. I look forward to talking to you some more, and we'll just kind of see where this goes. I said it on the introduction and I'll say it again. I'm in free fall right now, and I'm willing to listen. If there's a topic or something you want to hear, reach out to me. I'm all about and excited to tune in and connect with you. Have a good day.